Welcome to another edition of Dish It Out. We have some special guests with us today from Elements Restaurant. We have the winner of this year's Burger Mania competition. It was a fierce competition, but this burger in the blind judges tasting, which Chef Fee and I were both judges for, we tasted this one and we held it ranks above everyone else. So Chef Peterson, with the Peterson burger. That was a terrible accent.
It's terrible.
And he had to chime in, didn't he? He couldn't have just appeased me for a second. And also joining us, one of our star students here at Mercer County Community College, we have Pamela Ballard, who is doing her internship and is now an employee of Elements Restaurant. So congratulations, Pamela. And of course, the gentleman at the end, well, you know him, the famous, or should I say infamous, Chef Doug Fee.
And of course, that is Frank Benowitz. And we are here at the Culinary Center at Mercer County College. And these are our featured guests today. You guys are great, but down boy. We have our best burger here, which is just amazing. And you're going to, it tastes as good as any burger we've ever had, I think. And you'll see why when you see how it's put together. And of course, a wonderful dessert, a pumpkin cheesecake. So stick around. You're going to like what you see.
Welcome to another edition of Dish It Out. As always, I'm Frank Benowitz, here with the one and only Chef Doug Fee, and our special guest today, joining us from Elements. The reason for his visit, we have some gloves on, you'll see what we're doing in a little bit. The reason for his visit is he was the winner of the best burger at the Burger Mania competition at Mercer County Park this past year. He's very excited to be with us. Look at that smile on his face.
Very excited.
Like Cher, he says, he's known as Peterson. So have your burger outside by itself, Rooney. Peterson, Chef Peterson from Elements.
Wow, how do you follow that?
I don't know.
It's a really good burger, thank God.
That's better.
It was by far one of the best burgers I've had. We've been doing the judging at the contest for a few years now, and it's the best one to date. So I'm excited to see it done. And we have all our ingredients laid out here. If you wouldn't mind, Peterson, running through what we got in store for us here.
Right. Okay. Well, it being fine dining, we were actually reluctant to start the burger in the first place. But when we did it, we were going to do it right. So we grind the meat first in-house, and I've done an example here. We ground fatty short rib, at least 25, maybe 30% fat, which I cut with a little lean meat from some ribeye. Whatever cheese is currently coming from our local purveyors. So right now we've got garlic pepper jack from Cherry Grove. A bun that I made this morning, and garlic that I made the bacon that I made the other day. So just about everything that we're looking at was in-house, and on top of the burger, mayonnaise, and then a caramelized onion.
Outstanding. So where do we start?
We start with the meat that I took and smoked about a third of it. I took a third of it and dried it out a little in front of the fan, and then I took it and put it in the smoker, and you can see some of the pieces of meat are darker and smoked, and if you want to take a whiff,
that is smoky.
You can take a second whiff and a third.
That's nice. Can you smell that out there? Or was
No, let's not go there.
Oh, no smell-o-vision talk today.
So we took a little bit and I smoked it and even left some of them on top of the coals, right above the coals. So it got that burned, fat, charred smell that you get on a grill, on a wood-fired grill, which we don't get because we actually do it in the restaurant on a flat top, which is a bigger version of this. Didn't taste anything. It lacked something when we did it on there because it didn't taste like a wood-fired grill. So we cheated and put the flavor into the meat itself. Then we're going to take it, and I'm going to ask you for some help. We're going to grind it through here, taking care to have it come out in these strings out of the holes in the grinder. I'm going to ask you to hold them in a line and put them down in a line as they came out.
Sounds like too much work.
We're going to try to make, you can do it, I believe in you. We're going to try to lay it out long ways and keep it running all together. So we have a much bigger grinder at the restaurant. I'm going to try to do what I can here. I'm going to put this over here.
Of it.
So just hold like this. Like I look like one of your Giants wide receivers there.
Do your best to catch it and keep it.
You may actually hold on to it.
Exactly.
in its line.
No offense to the Giants. We'd love to have you here. Take one of our credit or non-credit classes in the off season.
That's right.
Oh, that's beautiful looking. It's like the Play-Doh factory.
Try to get up right close to it.
This is something, that's something that, that Peterson mentioned. That's something we try and show our students with the grain of the meat. You want those short grains. If you think of something like a corned beef, you get that stringy corned beef. You want those short grains so that it's a more tender product.
I can lay that down right there.
All right. Now this looks a little different from when I do it on the large grinder with my practiced hand at the restaurant. No offense.
Son of a... Guys, insulting me. See
You'll get the idea. And once we get a couple handfuls of this on there, normally at the restaurant the log is going to be this long by the time I'm done.
My hand's not that steady because I was beating eggs all morning to make mayonnaise.
Go ahead.
Put
And
that
once
right
we get
next
these
to it
couple
like this.
handfuls, one more, and then we'll roll it up as an example, and we'll move on to the one I had prepared ahead of time.
Very
The
good.
thing is, with this log, I salted it very slightly, like 0.1% of the mass of the meat with salt to get it started so it will bind a little bit when it's ground. But it still needs, since we're not working it, it's not like a sausage that'll hold together on its own. It still needs to sit in the fridge and set up. So that one has been in the fridge. This one would need a few hours, but we're just going to do some TV magic.
We like TV magic.
Yes.
All right, so we ground that burger. We let it sit in the fridge for a few hours. Now it's stiff enough to hold its shape, although it is a little warm out here. Here. Take the knife, and 8 ounces or so is usually what we'll serve at the restaurant. This will be a little small. Since it's warmer, I'm having a little more trouble than I should. But there's the burger, which had the grain running this way. Now when you bite it, it's going to break off very easily, and in fact cooking it, it'll actually want to break off really easily. So we're going to be gentle.
That's a good sized burger. What would you say that was? It about 10, 12 ounces?
No, we're looking at this, and
The one for me, I mean.
and the one for you, the 10 ouncer, about there. We'll get that in a minute.
It's still a nice sized burger. It's got to be about a half pound, right? Close to.
At least a half pound. And we think the size is important too. As much as sometimes you wind up being a little full at the end, the burger to have the right texture contrast from the top to the bottom to the middle, it really needs to be big enough. It'd be a shame to make it way too small. So
I'm not even touching that comment.
So plenty of salt. Again, I had a little bit of salt in the meat to begin with.
And will that salt help you form that crust that's on there? A little bit of extra sear on there?
It's going to help us here. It's going to make it taste delicious. A lot of people are afraid to use salt, but we all probably understand that you need to use enough. And enough sometimes looks like a little too much to the layman.
But it's a big burger. That's why people go out to eat.
It's a big burger, and it's got to compensate for the whole entire middle, which I put a tiny bit of salt in, not at all detectable on the tongue, just to actually help the meat bind. A minute ago, I cooked the bacon up in this pan, and normally, again, we do it on the plancha, as it's called, the big flat top at the restaurant. So we would have the bacon, the burger, and the bun all in the same area, sharing each other's juices. Pardon me.
Pardon you for the sharing of juices, or because you need to slice the roll?
Slice of the roll.
Oh, very good.
So I'm going to get...
Now it's always the potato roll made from scratch there? Is it ever brioche or any other type of roll?
Nope.
Always
It's always
the
the
same.
same thing. We have other bread items. In a couple cases, someone had an allergy to eggs, so we used English muffin, which was eggless.
Okay.
It was the same basic size and dimensions, so it worked.
That smells great.
Nice grill on the bun.
And you can already smell the smoke from the meat coming out.
Well, they can't, but we can.
But yeah, definitely that smell is delightful.
Right? And normally, and if I was making this for myself, ideally, and if you have the time, you could sit here flipping this burger, constantly flipping, as long as you're very careful not to break it open, is better than having it sit for minutes at a time on each side. It'll help it more evenly cook, rather than just totally cook one side and then have that other side be cold while the other side spends 3 minutes cooking.
Peterson's version of the rotisserie burger.
Oh, that
The
sounds
manual
good.
rotisserie burger.
Peterson,
So I'm going to need a pan to put this in.
a pan or a plate?
A
How about a
pan
mouth? Would you
How-
like a mouth to put that in?
How about a plate? I'm going to take this plate.
That's a
We got
delightful
our bun
plate.
All right. And
This
my-
isn't going to be our final presentation. This is just a temporary resting spot, right?
There's a temporary resting spot and a demonstration of cooking the burger.
How'd you like that? That's some serious beef. That's right from the log.
The one that we did right before is right here. and it's awfully hot.
There's nothing awful about being hot. Oh my goodness. You need a serving plate
I
for
could
that?
probably use some place to put this. It's not going to burn.
Okay. Well, my here work. Not that
That's good? All right.
Sure.
So we got the burger out. I had the caramelized onions on the pan with it to heat up in the oven. And the bacon we already have prepared. So we're going to construct the final burger.
Would you like your final plate?
Final plate. Okay, good.
Okay.
Actually, I had my beautiful assistant prepare,
Thank you.
I don't
my
think he
other
mentioned-
beautiful assistant Pam,
Oh.
prepare the bun with the bacon and the cheese.
And
waiting to go.
Pam's gonna be joining us soon to prepare something. She's been doing her internship, and now she's employed by Elements. We're very proud of her. She's gonna be joining us in a little bit to make some dessert for this wonderful burger.
That's right. And I could probably be her assistant, if she'd like.
Let's turn the tables.
So the burger's out, it's hot, it's delicious. Onions on top of it. Very important to me, although not everyone would do it, is the mayonnaise that we talked about, the thick Hellmann's. Like I said, that sauce on the bottom. We wouldn't do it by default at the restaurant, but I would certainly suggest it. Sometimes I'll even do miso if I'm feeling saucy.
What else you need on that plate, Chef? You're
So the
going all
final
over
plating.
the place.
Burger presented with the cheese and the bacon and the onions and
looks-
the mayonnaise that
it
I
looks-
love to put on there.
It looks like somebody got to your tater tots, because I know at Elements you guys give some more tater tots than that.
We would normally have a few more tots on the plate, but you know, somebody put his hands in
You do
there.
have your hands in there.
Put their hands
You
in
know
there.
what?
surprise.
I'm telling you, for once I'm innocent.
Okay.
That wasn't me.
And Pam just
I always
seasoned
wait
this up
until we're done to eat.
and dressed the salad.
And what type of dressing is on that salad?
Sherry vinegar. Very simple, very easy, nothing special. We have other more complicated / possibly interesting salads at the restaurant, but this for the burger, we don't want to screw around, so nothing crazy. It's all about the burger
Exactly.
and just a little something to cleanse the palate afterwards.
And the burger is called.
The Peterson burger.
As it should be.
That's modesty, isn't it? Is that modesty? Chef, what should we call this award-winning burger? I'll name it after me.
I didn't ask for it, but I wasn't going to argue.
It's the Peterson. Bring me a burger, Rooney.
Well, it is one delicious burger, and we want to thank you for coming in and showing us how it was done.
No problem.
And you can enjoy it yourself if you go visit Peterson for lunch over at Elements.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to go that far, luckily for us.
Monday to Friday for lunch, and then Sunday for brunch. It's also starring on the menu,
Outstanding.
as far as I'm concerned.
This is like a Broadway show. I'm ready to yell, encore, encore.
I don't think we have the time for that.
That's only because he wants another
Happy to
burger. Stick around. We'll be back right after this.
Now the big guy comes up to bat, hitting .342 with 92 RBIs and 36 homers. First pitch is fouled between back
Chill raw and prepared foods promptly. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Hello and welcome back. For our second part of our show today, we're with one of our students, Pam Ballard, who is doing her internship at Elements. And she's going to demonstrate for us a dish that she made in class just today, actually. So what do you have for us, Pam?
Today, we'll be preparing a pumpkin cheesecake. You know, we've just celebrated Thanksgiving and you're stuck with leftover pumpkin puree and you don't know what to do. And I'm going to show you how to put a pumpkin cheesecake together if you have a party coming up. So my ingredients in front of me is pumpkin puree, leftover cream cheese. I have gelatin, which I bloomed in cold cream already, and basically it's dissolving the gelatin in a cold liquid.
And what's that going to do?
It's basically going to give my cheesecake consistency and bind it together. I have cold cream. I have nutmeg and cinnamon.
Oh, your favorite.
And I have sugar and 3 eggs.
The eggs or the yolks?
The yolks.
Very
That's the
good.
same question I was about to ask.
I'm psychotic. I mean,
Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to combine the puree and the cream cheese together. And we're going to whip them up until they are creamy and, you know, well incorporated.
And by the way, our cream cheese isn't left over. It's fresh cream cheese, just saying.
Leftover from my class today.
Oh, very good. Okay.
Utilize the leftovers that weren't used. That's what you always want to do out there, right? But yes, always fresh products to make sure that nothing's bad.
So I have the cream cheese and the puree inside, and basically we're just going to whip it up until it is combined. So nice creamy texture is what you're looking for. So we've creamed our cream cheese and pumpkin puree. We're going to add the sugar, and we're going to try and cream that at the same time.
I should have probably saved all those comments until the mixer was off, so hopefully you heard some of that. We have wonderful television students here that produce the show for us, and I'm sure that they will make sure that the audio as well as the video is up to your viewing enjoyment.
So what I'm doing right now is I'm basically scraping the sides down because I don't want any of the ingredients to be left out. I want them all incorporated, and I want them all mixed and creamed together.
Practice makes perfect. And where can they practice at, Chef E?
Mercer County Community College at our culinary school, of course.
Where you can take both credit and non-credit classes. Check us out on the web, www.mccc.edu.
Does anyone say www anymore?
I don't know. Mercer County College website. Look for us, hotel, restaurant, culinary. Check us out, see what we have to offer.
All right, so I've creamed my sugar with my puree and my cream cheese. And basically I'm going to add the remaining ingredients and combine everything to give a creamy texture before pouring it into a mold. I have 3 egg yolks, and I'm going to add them one at a time and incorporate them.
Why is that so important?
We chose to do it one at a time. That way it allows for the eggs to evenly distribute throughout the mixture rather than to have a lump of egg throughout the mixture.
That's a much better answer than you probably hear at home, because I said so. Now, can you make this without that nutmeg if somebody doesn't enjoy the nutmeg spice?
You can do it without the nutmeg. You can just do an apple pie spice should you wish to do that, or just cinnamon.
How about a
Either
pumpkin
way,
pie spice?
pumpkin pie spice, or you can eliminate it completely and allow for the pumpkin to shine through as the main ingredient.
How about black pepper?
I haven't tried that. Sounds interesting. Right now I'm adding the cream. It is room temperature cream. I just added the nutmeg.
So what would that be, about 90 degrees given this room temperature in here?
Given this room temperature, yes.
Normally that would be about 70 or so.
I'm going to slowly add this in.
Don't add it too slowly. I'd like to eat today.
You'll have one, I promise. And I'm going to add the loomed gelatin, which, like I mentioned, is going to allow for the stability and the texture of my cream cheese.
So basically you're saying that's a key component of this dish.
This is the binding component to my cheesecake.
And that gets back to the talk of Peterson's Burger with the fibrous portions.
Perhaps it does, but hopefully it doesn't.
We're all bound up over here.
So
This cheesecake will do good for us.
I have combined everything. It is a creamy, creamy texture.
One of the things all of our culinary students take here are some baking classes, and our baking students take some culinary classes because you need to be versatile in both areas. And this is proof right here that it does come in handy.
Absolutely.
Oh, yes, it does.
Well, she
really
said
does.
it's a creamy, creamy texture. Without that baking class, she would have only got one creamy in there.
So I just want to give you an idea of the texture you're looking for. It's all incorporated. You could whip it up a little more. It is obviously personal preference. It won't impact the product if you whipped it up a little more. That's where the gelatin comes. Before I put my mixture into this mold, I am going to spray it, pan coating. You want to do, liberal coating so that it doesn't stick. Although you don't need to with a silicone mold. These are versatile and can pop out. They have their own silicone coating.
And just a little extra insurance there to make life a little easier, which we encourage.
What I'm going to do is I am going to portion out. Once again, it is your choice whether you'd like to use a scoop portioner or you would like to pour it in with a pitcher. I am personally going to take a scooper, so I have perfect portions, and I'm going to place it in the mold.
Not just good, but perfect.
Perfect. Creamy, creamy.
Part of that dedication, you may notice that Pam has on a chef's jacket with the Elements logo featured, and she's one of our scholarship recipients. And you may have noticed Frank might have quite a few patches on our chef's jacket for different sponsors, from different scholarship sponsors from businesses in the area, which goes right to the students. And so we love these folks.
Yeah, they're putting their money where their mouth is, so to speak, and supporting our students, which here at Mercer, as opposed to other culinary programs throughout the country, very affordable. So the money that these local businesses give us for such scholarships usually pays for one full class for a student, and that's a $500 scholarship. Some schools, that doesn't even pay for 1 week of school.
Right.
So before I give you your cheesecake, I want to mention that I'm going to be baking this in a water bath.
In a water bath?
In a water bath.
That's easy for you to say.
I'm going to be placing it in the oven and gently pouring in water till it is basically midway on the rim of this mold. So
crusty
once I
top,
add the
right?
water to it, I will cover it up, pop it in a 350-degree oven for 35 to 40 minutes. Take it out, allow it to chill at room temperature or in the refrigerator once it has reached, a proper cooling temperature. And then I will keep it either at room temperature or in the refrigerator just before service.
Now, if I'm impatient like some people, how long before I can pop this out of the mold?
I would leave it about 10-15 minutes. But I have one for you, I promise.
Oh.
So we're going to take this product. I'm going to place some water in here, and I'm going to cover it up, and I'm going to pop it in the oven, but I'm going to come back and show you how to put a plate together, and I'm going to explain to you just what seasonal ingredients, once again, I've added to the finished product.
And we'll do that right after this. And we're back. All right, Pam, so we have...
So now we
cheesecake all
have,
set? Literally?
we've popped the cheesecake out, we've allowed it to chill, and I am going to put together a final product. But before I do,
Some chilled cheesecake.
chilled cheesecake. Before I do, I mentioned seasonal products earlier, and basically what I have done here is a reduction of dried cranberries and dried cherries with cranberry juice. And I've just allowed for it to reduce down to form a really thick syrup, well, not so much a syrup, more like a jam that I'm going to be using with the plating. And I have some toasted coconut, and I have some frozen cranberries that we have sugared basically to look frosted. Bearing in mind it is holiday season, so cranberries are perfect.
That's cool. I like that.
A nice match.
So I'm going to take a little bit of the reduction. I'm going to make it all pretty, and I'm going to create a streak. You eat with your eyes, right?
Well, I eat with my mouth, but yeah.
Well, you eat with your eyes first, then you taste it.
Of course.
You know.
That sounds familiar.
For a moment or two, anyway.
That could be something that Pamela learned in Food Preparation 1 here at Mercer County Community College.
Absolutely.
Who'd you have for that?
I'll give you one guess. Frank Benowitz.
Oh, star student.
So what I'm doing with the toasted coconut is it's not only for the top. I'm going to put a little bit on the bottom of the streak. This allows my cheesecake not to slide across my plate if I'm serving my customer or my instructor in this case. My chilled cheesecake ready. I'm going to place it down, and I'm going to put a little bit of toasted coconut on top for some texture.
I was going to ask, why did you choose? Were you going to say, we're thinking too much alike now, the toasted
Scary
coconut?
thought.
More for you than for me.
And I'm going to take the cranberries, and I'm just going to decorate the plate and be creative.
Deck the halls with sugar cranberries.
Be creative. You can add a little mint. It's entirely up to you.
I'm sorry, what can you add a little bit of?
Mint.
Oh, I like the way you said it the first time. Mint.
Or you could get creative like we did today, and we did sugar work for the first time, where we took equal parts of sugar and water, reduced it to 330 degrees, and then put it on a silicone pad and created a beautiful shot of sugar work, which I will show you. I have a finished product for you to try.
Wonderful. I like both of the things you said in there, finished and tried.
Finish and try, all for you. So what I have here is a chilled plate, finished product.
Again, chilled.
You always want to serve a
What-
dessert
what?
if it's a cold
Absolutely.
dessert at a chilled plate. If it's a warm meal, warm plate. This I learned in Food Prep
Oh,
1.
exactly. Cold food, cold plate. And I actually learned some of that from Chef Fee there too. So
So,
it's pay it forward type
There you
thing.
go.
so as I mentioned, the sugar work, there it is. And this is your finished holiday plate.
That's beautiful.
Would you
Wonderful
care to
dish.
try?
What do you think? Of
It's all yours.
course.
Enjoy.
What happened to our other spoon? Well, this one was only in the.
Gonna give me the use.
I'll give you the. No, see.
The idea,
looks-
the idea with the streak at the bottom is so that you have a tart cranberry cherry reduction at the bottom, sweet pumpkin puree cheesecake, the textured toasted coconut, and you'd want to try and get a bit of everything so that you can, they balance out each other.
There's only one problem I noted in what you just said.
Balance.
No, it disrupted me from eating.
I was gonna say she took too long.
But no, you described it very well.
Huh? Okay.
Anticipation is the best feeling in life, after all. Cheers.
Wonderful dessert. Thank you for
Enjoy.
joining us.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
And thank you for joining us for this segment of Dish It Out.
Did you know that getting up and getting active for just 60 minutes a day is all it takes to help you get stronger, look better, and feel great?
Or that fresh fruits and veggies aren't just healthier and crunchier, they can taste better too?
Eating better and getting more active is easier than you think.
Yeah! Keep watching for some fun and easy ways to discover the magic of healthy living in your life.
America.
Let's get healthy together!
Once again, we had our wonderful Chef Peterson with Peterson's Burger and Pamela Ballard doing some wonderful pumpkin cheesecake dessert. And Chef Fee, what do you have to say about these beautiful dishes from these wonderful people from Elements?
Well, I have to say they are award-winning dishes, each on their own. And we're very happy that you could join us. Chef, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Pam?
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you, of course, for joining us on this episode of Dish It Out. Some things are just too good to wait.